Good morning, guys. This is Shadow here. Today I'm going to be showing you my deck profile. This deck I'm going to show you. This deck profile is of RRR, or you can call it as RaidRaptor decks. I'm doing it in this app Yugipedia because where I live, Yu-Gi-Oh card decks are not available. So I have to do like this only. So let's start on deck profile. So the basic deck is it reflects the basic Red Raptor probability that it will use the rank up magic to upgrade to the next XYZ monster. So let's start with the first deck, that is Red Raptor Fuzzy Lanius. This is very useful in this deck uh, because of this effect that you can, if it is in your graveyard, you can send this card to the you can banish this card and take one card with the same name and put it in the defense position. I think so. No, sorry, you have to special summon it. And since it's level 4, you can easily find it in deck, and the amount we need in this is 3. So the next is Rebratter Last Tricks. The Last Tricks is very is one of is a card in which will give you 100 life points for every spell and trap card you have in your field or in your graveyard in the damage turn. So if there is no monsters you control and this card in your hand, and many spell cards, as this deck contains many spell and traps. This card is very useful because it gives 100 for each spell or trap card in the graveyard or on the field, and you have to set special summon this in defense position, if I recall correctly. Yes, and you can read the rest of the its effect here. And next is the Mimicry Lanius. This Mimicry Lanius, i- we are going to use it with a combo with of Tribute Lanius. First, let's see Mimicry Lanius effect. Mimicry Lanius effect is that if it is destroyed this one turn, you can banish it and take any Raid Raptor monster from your deck to your hand. And it has also an additional effect that it is special summoned. It increases all Raid Raptor monsters level by 1. So sorry sorry for that. So I'm going to put 3 of this here. So now let's get to Tribute Lanius. This Tribute Lanius card effect is when it's special summon, it can send one Raid Raptor card from the deck to the graveyard, and this works with this works a good combination with the Mimicry Lanius. And if this card also destroyed an opponent monster, you can get a rank up magic, which is very important because the whole scene of this deck depends on rank up magic. So we are going to need 3 Tribute Lanius and 2 Sharp Lanius. This I have added because if it has a good attack and it's level 4, so we can get more chance of getting a first starter. But it also has an effect that if it is normal or special summoned, you can target one face up monster on the field and change it to defense position. And if this attacked in the main during the main phase 2, if this monster attacked, you can target one monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Special summon it because it has a high attack. We can easily do this. So we need 2 Sharp Lanius for that and 2 Singing Lanius. This Singing Lanius you can special summon if you control XYZ monster, and it is plus level 4, so you can easily summon it if you get it on your hand first turn. I have this Raptor Skull Edge. If you don't want, you cannot keep it in your hand, but If this monster is very good for very good if you get this card and the spell card Raid Raptor Call in your hand, because you can call two Skull Edge to summon an Fiend Eagle, if I remember correctly, which is level 3, and it also the XYZ monster also gains 300 attack for this. So we have talked about Tribute Lanius already. Now we come to Vanishing Lanius. No, this Vanishing Lanius is one of the basic monsters you need to get in this deck, because you can special summon one level 4 monster from your hand, one level 4 or lower monster from your hand, and that's every turn if you see correctly, once per turn. So that's every turn, besides its weak attack. So next we go to spell cards. I know that some of these spell cards are not good for are not uh, eligible for the contest, but for friendly battles, and I think you can use it. So first is Monster of Happy Feather Duster. It's simple. It destroys all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. And Monster Reborn, as I think many people would know. No, it special summons a monster from either player's graveyard. So that's why it was banned. So next is the field card Mountain. It will give your monsters 200 attack and defense. The next is Raid Raptor Call. This is good because if you have one monster in your hand but you need the other same monster, like with the Skull Eagle, you can easily get another Skull Eagle and in defense position, that also, and the next turn, voila, you do an XYZ summon. The Red Raptor's nest is important. I have a tip of advice for you. If you are using the Tribute Lanius and Mimicry Lanius effect, combo effect, you need, I think it will be very useful for you take Red Raptor nest, because if you can in every turn you can get one Red Raptor from your deck to your hand, and which will minimal the which will minimal the effects, the minimal the chances for the opponents to win. So the next is rank up magic Astral Force, and I have two of them here. So it I or XYZ monster I control, it is two ranks higher. It control will be with same type and attribute. Since it is a Raid Raptor deck, oops, sorry, since it's a Raid Raptor deck, uh, we can that's all the same type and attribute, so we don't need to care about that. But we make two ranks higher, and that's especially useful. And with another next turn after the main phase and the next main phase during the next turn, instead of draw phase, you can draw this from your graveyard, and that's a cool effect also. Next is the double doom force. Two double doom force, that if an monster is destroyed, it can be special summoned, and uh, rank up it will rank up twice. So if you just get a level 4 monster in your XYZ monster in your graveyard, this will crank it up to level 8. Then is the Raid Force is just one rank higher, and the other you can read it yourself if you want, but I just use it for the one rank higher. It is more useful if you use the other also, and this one may be useful if you have cards in your hand, because this returns one Raid Raptor card. You have to banish one Raid Raptor card from your hand, then only you can target one magic rank of magic spell card in your graveyard to get it back. And I have one Raid Raptor Force and one Revolution. Raid Raptor Force is that if it is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one XYZ monster any XYZ monster you control in a graveyard and special summon it, and it is one rank higher than that. I'm sorry if you don't understand what I'm talking about, but you need to use this deck to understand what it's truly capable of. So next is rank up magic revolution force. I hope you all remember this from the anime. I think it was Akui. So it also has two effects. It is one rank higher, or during your opponent's turn you can do this, and this is a really good way to turn the tables. And next we have a very good card, which I don't know who is the user of this deck, but he uses this very much in the anime straight up, and that is skip force. Skip force is just gets two ranks higher XYZ, and this card attaches to it as an XYZ material, I think so. No, sorry, the RaidRaptor card that is used to becomes its XYZ material attached. So and I must tell you, all the rank up magic has two or three two and another effect, sorry, and another effect of this. So the next is soul shave force. You have to pay half of it to summon an XYZ monster from your graveyard, and two ranks higher than it. So then I just have added some equip cards to make the individual monsters a little bit more powerful, and it has an good effect also, the Raptor's ultimate mace, because if it attacks any monster higher than its attack, you can add one rack of magic from your deck to your hand, and the battle damage is reduced to 0, but it will not be there. It will be sent to the graveyard. So that's the effect of this 3, and I've done this 3 because the more you chance get to grab these rank up magics, the more you win. the, the call of haunted, I have had 3. As everyone, it's a famous card in the deck. We can activate it and target one monster to bring back from the graveyard. Since this deck consists of only 20 monsters, you need to reuse monsters if you want to do XYZ summon continuously. I think so, that's right. Then I have 3 Icarus attacks. This is really easy because to you can tribute one wing beast to destroy any 2 targets cards. That can be a monster also. Just imagine that you have a hundred attack monster, while your opponent has a 2000 monster, and this forbidden seal of non-attacking, I think so. It is something like that, which prevents you from attacking it. You can easily uh, counter it with this. So then it's puzzle reborn. It is a card which will just return one exact monster which was destroyed, if exactly one monster was destroyed that turn. And here are some RaidRaptor trap cards. The first is RaidRaptor's Radiantness. It gives it in this the turn this card is activated, that any RaidRaptor monster will not be destroyed. If it is in your graveyard, you can banish it and take no damage. The damaging the next turn. I think this is a very useful card. RaidRaptor returns the target destroyed in battle returns from the graveyard to your hand. This is very useful in the case the such as Fuzzylanius. It is very good. And Raptor's Gust is a counter spell trap. It it counters that if is activated, then if a spell card, huh? Now I remember that card. Spellbounding Circle. I think so. I think that is the card. That if that is activated, you can activate this and destroy all spell and trap. I if you do destroy that card, the activated card, and I have three, which will increase the chance of getting me risked by the trap cards. And next is XYZ monster. XYZ reborn. Sorry, it uh, it brings back an XYZ monster from the graveyard. It's self-explanatory. I have two of those just in case. And now comes to the extra deck. So first three monsters. Uh, the first three monsters. First the two link monsters, Decode Talker and Gaia Saber, the Lightning Shadow. These two I have put just because of the new playmat type that we have got. Without that, this deck would have not be that much powerful, as it revolves around the extra deck summons. So we have Decode Talker here, the classic, and the Gaia Saber, which has no effect but good decent attack. Next we have the famous Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. It is very well known through the anime. Just there for my fanship, because I'm a really great fan of this dragon. I think the extra deck is self-explanatory because you just need two of every level. If I suggest, that's the best way, and one of every high level, like the 12 final Raid Raptors Falcon, this Satellite Falcon. You need two because you have two of others. So Satellite Falcon will be your main and will be your at least coming because it has 3000 attack while other has less than 3000. So ranking up, you can get that. And the final step that you rank up is this Raid Raptor Final Fortress Falcon. It has a great effect also. Its effect is that if it all returns all the banished monsters to the graveyard, so you can use its effect again, or if it destroys a monster, card is destroyed when the card is attacking. A card destroys a monster by battle, you can banish one XYZ monster and attack again, I say, and uh, attack again for how much of a cards you have in your deck, in your graveyard. Sorry, this can attack that many times. So if you bring this out, the opponent is a goner. Then we have the another signature, Ultimate Falcon. Sorry about that. The Ultimate Falcon is unaffected by any other effect cards, so it is very good and it has a decent attack. And it is the Ultimate Falcon and uh, this Final Fortress Falcon is very good. So let's come to the basics first. Okay, now the level 4 XYZ monster, the Force Tricks. It has good defense, so you have to summon it in defense position. And with its effect, it gains every 500 attack for every card that you have on your field. Uh, so, and its effect also gets once per turn. You can detach and get a level 4 monster from your deck to your hand, and if it's Fuzzy, you are in luck because its a special effect is you can special summon it if there is a Raid Raptor monster already you have. You can see this here. Here it is written. So let's go back down. So that's a reason. And if you're using Skip Force, you have to use Revolution Falcon or any else. You have to go for level 5. That is Stranger Falcon. I use Stranger Falcon only one because its effect is not that much. Its effect is great, but it's not that useful. I think so. Its effect is great, and you need effects to win this match. Instead of the two Stranger Falcons, I use this Blaze Falcons. Blaze Falcons. Here, Blaze Falcons. After Blaze Falcons, if it's 6, 5, and 6, Revolution Falcons are the next. From Revolution Falcons, you cannot use any level 1 rank up magic. I mean, 1 rank up magic. You have to do 2. So that 6, and you have to get to Satellite Cannon Falcon. After Satellite Falcon, you can go to Ultimate Falcon and then go to this. Now you might ask, what about the level 3 and the other? You might have saw the Rise Falcon. Since I have put every 4 turns, your opponent with a good deck might be able to contradict every XYZ summon you have. So this is just for safety, the Rise Falcon. And if you want, you can use any other extra deck, but in my opinion, this is the best extra deck that I could come with the extra Decode Talker and Gaia Sipper Lightning Shadow. So I hope this deck was useful for you. So thank you for watching this, and please share this video, and if you like, subscribe. Bye.